Welcome to Saju Matthew Online Safety University.
What are major parts of cranes?
Oh, what are the major parts of a crane? Okay, the major parts of a crane, if you start from the ground, initially we need a sole plate, a wooden plate. So, in order to avoid toppling down of the crane, we are placing a sole plate. Above the sole plate, there will be a base plate, metallic base plate. And these base plates are attached with the outrigger. Outrigger is the one in case of a mobile crane. Mobile crane is having wheels. So, in case of a mobile crane, the outrigger is the one stabilizing the crane and it will avoid toppling down the crane. So, outrigger. Then there will be a wheel. Above that, there will be a crane engine with the operator's cabin. And from operators, inside the operator's cabin, operators will be sitting inside. Then there will be a boom. That boom, at the end of the boom, there are ropes also. At the end of the boom, you can find there are auxiliaries also. That ASLI, something called ASLI. ASLI means automatic safe load indicators. There will be a bulb which will be glowing. Suppose in case if the load exceeds, it will be glowing. This is known as ASLI. Then these crane, then there will be rope. This rope, at the end of the rope, there will be a hook. And the hook is having a latch. It is a locking device. So the load will be attached on this hook. Then when we are lifting, initially we will tie up the load with the ropes. These ropes will be attached to the hook, and with the help of hook and rope, we are raising the load. This is the minimum parts of a crane. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, another question. What are the hazards associated with the cranes?
Yeah, very good. Very important question. Most of the examinations they are asking this question. What are the main hazards associated with a crane? See, we know what is hazard. Hazard means anything that is having the potential to cause harm in the workplace is known as hazard. So, the main hazards associated with the crane are operating on uneven ground, which can cause toppling down. Operating on uneven grounds. Mobile cranes operating without outrigger fully extended, that also can cause toppling down. Lack of maintenance of the crane, it is another hazard, lack of maintenance. Operation by incompetent people, unauthorized people, that's another major hazard. Operating in high speed, another major hazard. People under suspended load, anytime load can fall on, people under suspended load is another major hazard. Operating in adverse weather condition, in heavy wind and all, when you are operating, there is a possibility of crane toppling down. So operating in adverse weather condition, it's another hazard. Presence of overhead electrical lines, because boom may come in contact with overhead electrical line. Presence of overhead electrical line, it's another hazard. Absence of PPE, not wearing personal protective equipment, is another hazard. Lack of information, training, instruction and supervision is another hazard. Crane operating without a banksman, in the absence of a banksman, when a crane is operated, that increases the risk actually. You know who is a banksman? Banksman is a person who is guiding a crane. Come forward, move backward, turn right, turn left. He is a person guiding a crane. So operating without a banksman is another hazard. So the common hazard associated with the crane, there are a lot of hazards, like a common hazard associated with the crane operations are operating on uneven ground, operation by incompetent and unauthorized people, operating in bad weather, people under suspended load, operating without a banksman, overloading, lack of maintenance of crane, coming in contact with or presence of overhead electrical line, lack of housekeeping inside, which can cause even fire also, lack of housekeeping, lack of maintenance, absence of PPE, lack of information, training, instruction and supervision, inadvertent movement of the crane, lack of barricade, lack of warning signs, lack of barricade, lack of warning sign, lack of inspection are the common hazards associated with the crane. Is it clear?
Very, very clear, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. So one last question.
Please.
So what are the safe work practices? That means how to work safely while using crane.
Yeah, very good question. What are the safe work practices to be followed while using a mobile crane? Let's understand mobile crane. Once you understand the mobile crane, that would be sufficient for other cranes also. So, what are the safe work practices to be followed while using a crane? First of all, in order to use a crane safely, we must comply with the legal requirement. As per the OSHA standard, as per the American standard, the standards with respect to cranes are given in 29 CFR 1926.1400. 29 CFR 1926.1400, 1401, 1402, 1403, etc. Now, first of all, comply with the legal requirement as per OSHA guidelines 29 CFR 1926.1400. First condition. Then you have to, before using a crane, a lifting plan to be made. Now, in order to make a lifting plan, you have to conduct a risk assessment and identify all the hazards associated with the crane operation. Cranes are to be operated by trained and competent and authorized people only. To be operated on a firm level ground only. The outrigger must be fully extended. Sword board must be there, base plates must be there, the outrigger must be fully extended. As I told you, to be operated by trained and competent people only. Adequate firefighting arrangement should be there on the crane. Housekeeping should be ensured inside the crane. The crane need to be inspected before operation, before commencing the operation. To be operated in presence of a competent banksman. Operating area to be barricaded. A warning signs to be placed. Vehicle movements are to be diverted. People should not be permitted under the suspended load. Clear? Yes. Maintain safe working load. While you are attaching the load must be distributed equally. Maintain center of gravity of the load. Inspect the lifting gear in the sense ropes, lifting ropes you have to inspect, then buckle, hooks, then shackles, everything. The lifting devices are to be inspected thoroughly. The boom angle, there is the angle between the boom and the platform is known as boom angle. The boom angle should be as per the manufacturer's instruction. You should not exceed that boom angle. Maintain sufficient clearance from overhead electrical line. Make sure that your hook is fitted with the latch and latch is operating well and it is functioning well. Latch should not be in open position. Always while lifting, there is a possibility the latch may be in open position and the load may fall out. Make sure that latch is locking well. Do not swing the load while lifting. Lift it very slowly. Then while lifting, one thing you have to do, you have to attach a tag line. Tag line is the one which is avoiding swinging of the load. The load can be tied up with a tag line. So operators should wear proper personal protective equipment such as hand gloves, otherwise there is a possibility of getting cut over here. Clear? And adequate information, training, instruction and supervision to be given while lifting. Avoid lifting during night time. Avoid lifting during bad weather such as excessive wind. Avoid inadvertent movement of the crane. All crane related incidents are to be reported and investigated. It's a major concern. Banksman should be made available. There must be communication between the banksman and the operator. The banksman must place himself in the vicinity of the operator. He should be able to see the operator directly. And all crane related incidents are to be reported and investigated. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Very clear.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.